Okay, so I'm going to be going over my answers to quiz 1. For part A, I put does not exist. You know this because there's not a solid point along where x equals -40. For the limit approaching -40, I put 3. This is easy to tell. The lines of the graph both run together to where y is 3 and x is -40. For C, -25, it also does not exist. This is for the same reason as A. There's no solid point running where x is -25. For D, the limit approaches -25, it does not exist. It's a two-sided limit and they are not equal. For E, where it approaches -25 from the left, I put 1. This is easy to see because the lines from the graph, when you approach it from the left, it runs to point 1 where x is -25. And for F, it is -1. For the same reason, when you approach it from the right, the graph runs down to -1 where x is -25. For G, F is 15, -15. It does not exist. That's because it's an asymptote. There's no points along there. H, limit approaching -15. So the answer is -infinity. You can see this because the graph runs down. We assume it follows the asymptote continuously down, which would be -infinity. So where it approaches -5 from the left, the answer is -1. You can see this because the lines of the graph here run as you approach, and you get -1. The same when you approach it from the right side here. It goes to the same -1 point. And that means the limit for -5 in general, the two-sided limit, is -1 as well. For L, F at -5, it's 2. You can see this because there's a solid point at point 2, but it's open at -1. For 15, the answer is 0. You can tell right here at 15 there's a point. Approaching 15 from the left is also 0, which is easy to tell. You can just follow the line as you approach it from the left. The two-sided limit is -3. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's approaching it from the right. My bad. And you can see that down here, this graph, as you approach it from the right, along that point. Limit of x for double-sided limit for x equals 15 does not exist. It's because they're not equal. Limit for infinity is -1. You can tell this as you go towards infinity. The graph runs here along this line, which is at -1. And for -infinity, you can tell the graph here finishes down, and we assume it goes continuously, which means it's -infinity. All right, thank you.